Hello everyone, welcome back to Trading Edge. So in today's video we will discuss about another candlestick pattern, and that is bearish engulfing pattern. So this is a very important candlestick pattern which helps us in executing our trades with perfection in the markets. So it helps us in enhancing our trading opportunities in the markets. Okay, so before we start, do hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you are first time watching my videos. So what is a bearish engulfing pattern? See, a bearish engulfing pattern occurs when a red bar completely engulfs a green bar. A red bar is completely engulfing the previous green bar in a particular time frame. This kind of pattern is known as bearish engulfing pattern. This is indicating that supply is overcoming demand very aggressively in the markets in that particular time frame. Okay, so this is indicating bearish domination in the markets. Bears have completely taken over the markets by beating the bulls. Okay, so what are the things to be considered before a bearish engulfing pattern? See, bearish engulfing pattern works best if prices are moving in an uptrend or in a pullback phase in a downtrend. If prices are continuously moving in an uptrend and then we find a bearish engulfing pattern, then we will look for other confirmations and we could trade that opportunity. Or if prices are in a very strong downtrend and then prices are pulling back to a supply zone or a resistance level, and then we find a bearish engulfing pattern, then with the help of other confirmations in the market which we will discuss in the examples, we can look for a trading opportunity here with stop loss just above the swing high and then look for a potential continuation of the trend. Okay, and if prices are in a downtrend and it is not in a pullback phase, then we will combine this pattern with other confirmation and then we will look for a potential entry in this downtrend. Okay, so remember, if prices are in a very strong downtrend and then we find a bearish engulfing pattern, we will simply not trade that pattern by just analyzing only a candlestick pattern. We will combine it with other chart confirmations and then we will look for a potential entry for a high probability continuation of the trend. So remember, these are the two important points to be considered before initiating a trade on bearish engulfing pattern. If prices are in a very strong uptrend, we need to find reasons to sell in an uptrend. We will not directly sell if we only find a bearish engulfing pattern. If prices are in a very strong uptrend, chances are that prices may continue its upward momentum, but we will look for potential high confirmation trade setups with the help of bearish engulfing pattern. Then we will look for a potential entry for a reversal of the uptrend to downtrend, or we will look for a potential pullback phase in a downtrend and we will initiate a trading opportunity with other confirmations like structural confirmation, trend analysis and also price volume reading. Then we will initiate a trade in that direction of the trend with minimal stop loss for a potential continuation of the downtrend. Okay, so do remember these two very important points before initiating a trade on bearish engulfing pattern. So now let's look at multiple examples. So this is our first example. See, prices were in a very strong uptrend. Okay, then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern and then trend is changed from up to down, but we will simply not trade by just analyzing a bearish engulfing pattern. We will combine it with other confirmations like, see, in this chart, see, this was a very strong support area. Okay, prices were consolidating in this range, and see strong buying momentum with very good volumes. Okay, then again buyers tried to push the prices towards the upside, but sellers push the prices towards the downside. But buyers again got aggressive at these areas, and they again push the prices towards the upside, as we are in a very strong uptrend. But after breaking the resistance level, what did the prices do? See this type of candles, see this volume is high, but prices, after breaking out, prices are not able to continue its upward momentum. It is consolidating, and it is also making indecision candles. So what is it indicating? That supply is coming in the markets at these areas. If buyers were very, very strong, after breaking this important resistance zone, buyers should have continued the upward momentum. But even after breaking very, very important resistance area also with good volumes, prices are holding above the resistance zone, which is okay. But look at these candles, these are doji indecision candles, and then we saw a strong selling candle, which is a bearish engulfing pattern, and then prices broke through the support area. Then we will enter a short trade here with stop loss just above this candle, and see the huge downside movement after that, and see the volume on the selling candle. So we will combine multiple factors, and then we will combine it with bearish engulfing pattern, and then look for a low risk, high reward, high probability trade setups. So do remember that we will not simply take a trade by just finding a bearish engulfing pattern, and we will combine it with multiple confirmations in the markets. Then we will look for a potential trading opportunity. Okay, so now let's look at another example. See, prices were in a very, very strong uptrend, but then we find a bearish engulfing pattern, and the trend is changed from up to down. See the beautiful downswing in the markets. Okay, so here what is happening? See, after this swing high, prices were making another swing highs, but prices were holding at these areas. यहाँ पर prices क्या हो रहा है? Here the prices were holding at these areas after breaking out of this last important swing high. ये swing high को तोड़ के prices अपने upward momentum को continue नहीं कर पा रहा है. Why? Because here supply is very, very strong than the demand side. इसी की वजह से prices, even after breaking this important swing high also, prices were just consolidating, and buyers were not able to push the prices aggressively towards the upside. So this is an indication that sellers are coming in the markets, and also prices were making lower highs, and see the huge selling volume here. So this is indicating that supply is present at this price areas. And then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern, which is a confirmation that now prices could go towards the downside. So we will look for a selling opportunity here with stop loss just above this swing high, and see the huge downside movement after that. Okay, so always combine multiple confirmations before placing an entry in the markets. Do remember that. So now let's look at another example. See, prices were in a very good uptrend, but then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern, and the trend is changed from up to down. See these structural confirmations. This was a important trend line, and this was also an important trend line. Okay, after prices broke out of this important trend line, buyers tried to push the prices towards the upside, but this was a very important resistance zone because previously prices rejected from these areas. So now this area will act as a very, very strong supply zone in the markets. So again, when prices retraced back towards this zone, we saw a bearish engulfing pattern at the resistance zone. Very good setup. Okay, and then prices changed its trend from up to down. Okay, so do combine multiple confirmations like structure, volume analysis, trend analysis, and then look for a potential candlestick pattern which will confirm your bias, and then look for a trade in that direction. So do not take a trade by just analyzing a candlestick pattern. You should always combine it with multiple things in the markets. Okay, so now let's look at another example. See, bearish engulfing pattern after an very good uptrend, and then prices continued its downtrend from an uptrend. So what is happening here, prices तो एक uptrend पे चल रहा था, but after a bearish engulfing pattern, prices changed its trend from up to down. How? See, there are multiple things here. You should always analyze the chart very logically and rationally. Okay, see, prices are in an uptrend, very good buying. See the volumes. See, but after this area जहाँ से एक strong supply हमें देखने को मिला, prices were not able to break this last important swing high and continue its upward momentum. जहाँ से एक strong selling momentum पहले हमें मार्केट में देखने को मिला था, बायर्स ने फिर से ट्राई किया कि इस लेवल को तोड़ के प्राइस को ऊपर की तरफ ले जाए. बट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, दिस इज ए वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग सप्लाई एरिया, बिकॉज यहाँ से एक शार्प सेलिंग मोमेंटम पहली बार हमें इस अप ट्रेंड में देखने को मिला. देन बायर्स डिफेंडेड दिस लेवल, एंड आफ्टर दिस कंसोलिडेशन ऑल्सो बायर्स ने ट्राई तो किया था अच्छा खासा वॉल्यूम से कि इस लेवल को ब्रेक करके प्राइसेस को ऊपर की तरफ ले जाए. बट अगेन सी द सेलिंग प्रेशर, सी द सेलिंग प्रेशर, सी द वॉल्यूम. So this is indicating that sellers are very strong now at these price areas, and they are not allowing the buyers to push the prices towards the upside. Then we saw a weak buying momentum with low volume, and then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern, sell, SL, and see the huge downside momentum after that. So do combine trend analysis, market structure, volume, and then a bearish engulfing like chart pattern or a candlestick pattern, and then look for a potential entry which will enhance your trading opportunities in the markets. Okay, so now let's look at another example. See, proper uptrend, very strong uptrend, bearish engulfing pattern, trend is changed from up to down. Okay, see how beautifully it works. See the strong buying momentum with very good volumes. Okay, strong volume में एक अच्छा खासा buying momentum हमें देखने को मिला. Then for the first time in this uptrend we saw a very strong selling pressure with good volumes. Okay, prices तो एक uptrend पे चल रहा था, there is no doubt about that. Okay, but after the strong upward momentum, sellers for the first time in this uptrend came down heavily and pushed the prices towards the downside from this price areas. After this selling pressure, see the buying momentum, very weak, and see the volume, very weak volume. Previously the volume was very good, but after this selling momentum with very good volumes, the volume died down. See, and the buying pressure is also very weak, and then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern, and this was a very important support level which broke that support level, sell, SL, see the huge downside momentum after that. Okay, so do combine multiple patterns, confirmations and then look for a potential entry in the markets. See, you should analyze the volume, the market structure, trend analysis, and then look for a potential candlestick pattern which will act as a catalyst in the markets. Okay, so do remember that. So if you haven't watched my other videos, I have beautifully explained trend analysis and market structure, which will enhance your trading skill and your potential entries in the market for a low risk high reward trading setups. You should always remember that prices are the king in the markets. We should analyze the price first and then look for a potential pattern like candlestick pattern, chart pattern, etc. But you should always try to understand the market sentiment, the sentiment of the buyers and the sellers, and then look for a potential entry. Just don't look for a simple candlestick pattern and enter a trade. You will lose maximum of the time. But if you combine the trend analysis, volume, market structure, and then look for a potential candlestick pattern, this will certainly improve your risk reward and potential entry exit in the markets. So do remember that. And if you haven't watched my other videos, do check out that videos. You will definitely gain a lot of knowledge from there. Okay, so now let's look at another example. See, strong uptrend, bearish engulfing pattern, trend is changed from up to down. Here is also, see, prices एक strong uptrend पे चल रहा था with good buying pressure. Then for the first time we saw a strong selling momentum in this market. इसके बाद क्या हुआ? Buyers are not able to cross this level. So what is this indicating? That at this price areas supply is overcoming demand very very aggressively. Okay, so what is the price doing? Buyers तो try कर रहे थे, but they were not able to cross this last important structural resistance zone. Then we saw again a strong selling momentum with good volumes. Okay, then what is happening? The support is getting tested multiple times. Okay, so do combine multiple things. First, what is happening? Strong selling momentum first time in this uptrend with good volumes. Then buyers failed to cross this important swing high. They were trying with good volumes, but they failed. Again sellers tried, but they also failed. Again buyers tried, but this time with very low volume. Then sellers pushed the prices aggressively towards the downside with very very good volumes again, and they are testing the support again and again, which is an indication that selling pressure is very very strong at this price areas in this market. Okay, then again buyers tried, but again they failed, and then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern. So there are multiple confirmations. Okay, one time rejected, second time rejected, third time rejected, fourth time rejected, and then we saw a bearish engulfing pattern. So do remember, there should be multiple confirmations before placing an entry in the markets. So enter here with stop loss just above the swing high and see the huge downside momentum after that. Okay, so now let's look at another example. See, strong buying momentum, bearish engulfing, trend is changed from up to down. Okay, so you should always combine other confirmations like trend analysis, market structure analysis, volume analysis, strength analysis, then look for a potential candlestick pattern, and then look for a trade which is low risk and potentially high reward. Okay, so here what is happening? See the buying momentum, strong buying momentum, strong buying momentum, strong buying momentum. Then what is happening? We saw a bearish engulfing pattern, and also remember prices were in a very very strong uptrend, but after breaking this important swing high, prices made a bearish engulfing pattern. Okay, and this was a very strong support zone also. So after breaking this level, what is the expectation of the bulls? See, if a resistance zone is broken with very good volumes, the expectation is that buyers should continue the upward momentum. But what is happening, after breaking this important structural support zone, we saw a bearish engulfing pattern which broke the last important support. So now this was a very strong support, but it got broken. So we will enter here with stop loss here and see the huge downside momentum after that. So this is, remember, a very aggressive entry in the markets, okay, because market structure is still not broken. Okay, the conservative entry could have been around here with stop loss just here and see the downside momentum after that. Okay, so now let's look at another example. See, strong uptrend, bearish engulfing pattern, trend is changed from up to down. Okay, so you should always combine multiple things before taking an entry in the markets. A candlestick chart pattern is just a catalyst, remember that always. You should always combine it with market structure, trend analysis, volume, strength, and then look for a potential entry which is low risk and potentially high reward. Okay, see what is happening here in this chart. Prices were in a very strong uptrend. As you can see, buyers are dominating, bulls are dominating. See the buying volume, very strong buying pressure and very weak selling. But what is happening after this price movement? See, the first sign of supply is here. See these candles, these 3 candles. This is indicating that prices are getting rejected at the higher level. Okay, and then we saw a fake out and then a bearish engulfing. So there are multiple confirmations. Okay, buyers तो try कर रहे थे अच्छा खासा वॉल्यूम के साथ, but it is getting rejected at the higher levels, and then we saw a fake out with a bearish engulfing pattern. So this is very strong confirmation that now prices could move towards the downside. Okay, it is the greatest potential now, and the trade is of very low risk because we are selling at the potential top of the market, and see the huge downside momentum after that. Okay, so I hope you got something very important learning from this video. अगर आपको मेरा ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा, so please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also do comment down below if you have gained anything from this video. अगर आपको इस वीडियो से कुछ भी सीखने को मिला, so do comment down below so that I also get motivation that you people are also learning from my work. Okay, and if you have any doubts and queries, do comment down below. I will definitely try to answer each and every of your questions there. So see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from my side. Take care everyone. Bye.